So you guys have had information meetings for 2 separate church plants going on at the same time.
Well, we've not really been, yes, most of mine have been in North Carolina. We've had an occasional lunch at my house.
Okay.
But Welton's been hosting the events here.
But Jonathan, you're right. If you're a member of the congregation, you hear both these things going on
at the same time
for the last 2 years.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You're announcing it on Sunday night prayer meeting, praying for them.
But like Bobby says, it's not every week. So
Yeah,
it's
no,
just,
right.
But they're both on the church's radar.
Yeah, it's not hard for him to keep in mind these 2 separate things.
No, and I'm not saying it's confusing. I'm just like, you guys are launching a couple at the same time. Praise the Lord.
Which
it's exciting.
Well, as the home senior pastor dude, it's not only positive. It is more positive than negative.
Yeah, sure.
But in a church that people already feel like, oh, we're so transient, this hurts every time we're talking about this. It's like, okay, this is somewhat of a price we're paying. It's much less of a price we're paying than the people who are leaving are paying. Mm-hmm. So brothers and sisters, this is a temporary home we're in. Mm-hmm. And so we are all together praying to see these good things happen. Yeah.
Well, in the last 2 Sundays, we've had beloved members saying goodbye who are moving down for the sake of our church plant. Yeah. Which is hard. It's bittersweet.
How many people are coming from CHBC?
I think it's a confirmed 7 right now, with a few, in addition to us, with a few more thinking about it.
But I thought I heard the number 40.
Well, we have 30 core team members.
Those are people who are down there.
But most of them are already down there.
Down there.
Yeah, so right now the core team is 30.
Well, and what always happens with the church plant, whether it's here in the area like Welton, or even if Welton goes and pastors another church in the area, there will be members of our church who've gotten to know Bobby's ministry, gotten to know Welton's ministry, who really love them, appreciate them, but they're quite comfortable here. Mm-hmm. But, as circumstances change, as Bobby's church is not 70 people trying to make something happen, but now they're 230 and they have a nice new building and things are going well, all of a sudden that family can see themselves moving down there. And that's not wrong. It's just different people, different times of life, different kind of maturity. And same thing with Welton. They appreciated Welton's ministry. They don't know about this church he's going to, but they're going to listen. But after a year, they're hearing such good stuff. They've been and visited a couple of times. So now, though they didn't help him initially, now they're going to move over there. And that's just fine. Mm-hmm. To me, that sounds normal and healthy. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are you interviewing people leaving CHBC? Are you doing membership interviews?
We will do a membership interview for every single member of the core team.
Amen.
So even if they're already a member of CHBC?
Yes, I mean, I don't necessarily know their testimony.
Well, they're all coming from CHBC.
Oh, but
no,
but John,
I was going to ask the 2 camps.
Kind of, do CHBC members just transfer in?
Yeah.
CHBC members will not transfer in. Just put everybody on the same footing, and it gives me a chance to hear their whole testimony. And Lord willing, Michael and I doing it together. Hear their testimony, hear where they're coming from, kind of connect with them pastorally in a different way. Even folks who are joining us, which I'm grateful for and thankful for. They're not necessarily all members I'm super close to or know super well. One lives in North Carolina, happy to go home. Poof, that's great. So we'll interview everybody. When
we planted Cheverly Baptist in 2018 and we had 60 CHBC members, we did not interview them.
That's a little different.
That's like a pure cell division.
Yeah, you had multiple elders from this church. You're all leaving 12 minutes from here. I mean, that's very different. Yeah.
For me, it's funny sitting down with my parents and doing a membership interview with
squinting at your dad. Tell me that detail again, Scott.
Are you gonna do
that? So I've already done it with the Browns. I'm plan to do it with my parents. That way everybody knows what it's like. Everybody's been initiated. Yeah. But I think it's helpful for them because I think even as new people come, they're able to like, okay, this is new to me, because I think membership interviews have been historically familiar, but now it's a little bit, people are a little bit hesitant about them.
Sure.
So when they hear my parents are even willing to do it, I think that'll help.
The water's safe.
Guys, last question from me, and then any other comments you have. How have the 2 of you involved your boss, Mark Dever? Like, do you initiate conversations with him? Do you wait for him to come? I mean, what has that been? How do you do that?
Yeah, usually when I have an idea that I think, okay, I need some input on this, because I don't have an associate pastor. I don't, so I'm like, I usually bring it up at staff meetings. So every week we as a staff go around with each staff member. And so that's usually when I'm bringing up ideas or thoughts or feedback. Or if I think it's a little bit more kind of exploratory, I'll bring it to him personally.
Certainly initially stress testing the idea, seeking counsel, and then just kind of counsel as needed.
And what has he done that's been helpful to you both?
Well, I think one thing, Mark, you've done the whole time, I've been here and other brothers seeking pastorates, seeking pulpits elsewhere, is just having such a generous and open-handed attitude that, this scheme could fail. We might even be planning the budget around your leaving. If you don't leave and go do this, we will figure it out. We will keep providing for you. We will keep you here. Just it's been so energizing, encouraging, and frankly, it motivates kind of risk for the kingdom. Because, okay, well, Lord willing, Kristen and I will hit a kind of tipping point, but that doesn't mean the Lord does this. Maybe he doesn't. We can hit a tipping point, then the Lord doesn't do it, and oh, well, what do we do? We're not being shoved off a conveyor belt. We're being cared for by a family. So I've just felt that the whole time.
Somebody may be in your room, but the basement's always open.
And I think from the moment I talked to you on the phone, before I even came to CHBC, I was like, kind of like, we need a home. Like, if we're going to shut down this church and we need to go be a part of a healthy church. So I called Mark, and the first thing he says is, we would love that. You could come, you could take some of my members, you could do the internship, take some of my members, we'll send you out. I'm like, what in the world? And so it's that same generosity from the beginning, that open-handedness, the joy, giving me opportunities to preach here. It's been so sweet. Wise counsel, all that. It's been a gift.